Everybody, Jasmine here with the Biz Babe Collective. This month's topic is Airtable. If you have not used Airtable or have not heard of it, you are most definitely missing out. Airtable is an alternative, a much better alternative to like Microsoft Excel or Google Sheets if you're familiar. So the cool thing about Airtable is, which I'm going to show you in a second, you create columns with data. And so what it does is it locks those columns where, let's say I put food as one of my columns and I can only list food items in that column. I can't list anything else in that column. So it's pretty neat. So today I want to show you guys just kind of just the basics of Airtable. Um, and yeah, let's go ahead and get started. So as you can see on my screen here, I have a couple of tests here that I'm going to use. But first, I want to show you guys how to actually get started, right? So they do have a free version. Airtable has a free version, and they also have a pro feature or pay version as well. I don't know how much it costs, but it's totally worth it for everything that you get for it. But you get some pretty cool things as well in the free feature. So you may want to use Airtable. People use it for different things. I've seen people use it for like budgeting and finance. I've seen people use it for like their content calendar for their social media or something similar, some type of digital content or something like that. I've seen people use it different ways. Some people even use it, back to the budgeting and finance. They use it in their personal lives or in their business. Some people use it for timesheets for their team members or contractors or their employees. I've seen it all. So I'm going to show you guys how to create a base. So this is what the actual like dashboard looks like. And then what you can see is right here, it has my first workplace, which is here, and you can have several workplaces. So the cool thing is you can share bases across different workspaces. So you may have a workspace for your company. You may have one like for personal use, and then let's say you have a different one like for clients and things like that. You can totally like share bases across all those boards, which is really cool. And then also what you can see here is you'll have bases shared with me. So I have somebody here. One of my clients that, she shared a base with me, and hers is a content calendar. So I'm able to go in there, make changes, do my thing. And that's how we keep up with what we're going to schedule on her social media and all the details that come with that. So let's go ahead and hop in here. So we want to add a base. So when you click this sign here, and what add a base means is, think about like if you're in G Suite and you're creating a Google Doc or you're creating a Google Sheet. This is the same concept. So a base is actually like a project or a sheet, right? So you come in here and you have a couple of different options here. You have start with a template, you have import a spreadsheet, and you have start from scratch. So they have several templates on here. Later on, I'm actually going to go through a template to show you a couple of things. But it's great. They have a ton in here that you can, go in and then you can customize them, once you have it laid out. You can import a spreadsheet in here, and what you want to be mindful of, like from, Excel, Microsoft Excel or Google Sheet, when you import that, you want to make sure that the columns are organized so that when you import it, that it imports like correctly. You don't have to go in and make all these edits or it's just messed up and you have to start over. And then you have where you can start from scratch. So that's the one I kind of want to hop into right now. So I'm going to click start from scratch. So here you can name your base. We're going to put tester, and you can pick the color of your base. So a lot of people, if they have several in here, they'll color code them. I'm going to do pink. And then it's kind of cool. You can pick an icon. So depending on what, that base is about, you can pick one. So let's just go with the little bug right here. And then here are some different options here. So this is that option that I was saying where you can share it. You can share with somebody that doesn't have Airtable and that you want to have access to that base. You can share it across different workspaces you have. There are several options there. Then you have where you can duplicate the base. So let's say you have two bases that are going to be very similar and you just need to change probably a few columns out. You have that option, so you don't have to completely do one from scratch. Here's the other option here. I I jumped ahead, but yeah, here you go. Move base to another workspace. Or if you want to duplicate, then you'll have one in each workspace. This integrates with, it's kind of cool. Airtable integrates with a lot of different systems that a lot of us use on a day-to-day basis. So Slack is, just a great communication tool. If you have a team, it's really, really great. So it integrates with that. And then you have your delete option here. So we have our pink. I named it. I got my color. I got my icon. Boom, it's ready to go. The little ladybug. So we're going to go ahead and then if you want to like go in here and change that stuff, just kind of hover over it, click that little drop down right here, and then you'll see the same thing that I just saw a second ago. So we're going to go ahead and hop in here so I can show you guys a little bit more. All right, and then as you can see, the color kind of transfers over here, which is pretty neat. So this is kind of what it looks like. So again, if you're familiar with Excel or Google Sheets, it looks exactly the same, but it's just 100 million times better. So when we come in here, up here, let me see. Computer's been running a little slow today, and I'm sharing my screen, so I apologize. Okay, so up here you have the field types, right? So it could be anything. Let's say you have name here, you can have something here and have something here. So we're gonna do, since food is pretty easy, we're just gonna do something with food and build this out, right? So we want to rename this field here. We're gonna put restaurant type. Restaurant name, sorry. And then I spelled that wrong. Oh my goodness, it's been a long day. All right, so as you can see, there are several options here on a different type of field that you can have. So you can have a single line text, which is what I just did, like a super long text. If it's the date, you want to click that. If it's a phone number, you can totally click that. URL number, if it's a website link, if it has numbers in it, currency, percentage, it has all of these different ones, right? So this one's just going to be a single line text. And then we're going to save it. Awesome. The next one we want to do, let's do rename field. Let's do food type. Okay. And this is, again, single line text, save. Okay. Then on this one, let's do like price. We'll do like numbers or something. Rename field. Let's do price. So with the price, right, it's numbers. So we want to go here under, probably currency would be good. Currency simple. You get to go in here and pick how many decimals you want. I just want it to be, probably this is fine here. You can allow negative numbers if you want. That's pretty cool. And then we're going to save it. Let's go in here and we're going to add phone number. Boom. So we want their phone number. We also want to go in here and let's add, let's see what else we can add. Let's do email. That's a good one. How do we contact them? Have the phone number, we have the email. Okay, so we have a couple of fields here. So we'll just start here. We'll do Chili's. And then we're gonna go here and we're gonna do American price. We'll just say $20. Phone number 555-555-5555. And email, we're just gonna put Jasmine@chilimac.com. Okay, so as you can see, you can fill this out. Now, like I mentioned earlier, well, no, I haven't mentioned earlier because I haven't shown you yet, but you can import, yes, I did. You can import a spreadsheet in here. So instead of us filling it out like this, or if it's something you're filling out as you go, but if you already have the information, I would fill it out, but you want to make sure you have your fields, right? So Let's see. Let's go up here to the top. You have your grid view. You have different views, right? So right now we are in grid view. So it's kind of cool because you can build out several different things on here, and I'm going to show you how to do that right now. So you can choose what view you want to look at. You can do grid view, which that's what we're looking at right now, right? Then you can do a form view, which is pretty cool. So you can create a shareable form in here that populates records into a table. So let's look at it in that view and see what it looks like. Wow, how cool. Look at that, right? And then you have some options down here to, when you're, as far as settings on the form. No, okay. Then we're gonna go back up here. You can have a calendar view, which is pretty neat. I don't know how this will show up on the calendar. Okay. Then you have, go back to this drop down, gallery view, and et cetera, et cetera. So those are all the different views. So let's go back here to grid view. And then as you can see, you can just add new sheets on here, just like Microsoft Excel and Google Sheets, right? Okay, you can hide certain fields on here. Here, you can do filters. You can group different information here. You can sort, you can color code. This is how you do your row height right here, right? So let's say we wanted to do this one. We can make it extra tall. We can do just tall, medium, short. So if you have a lot of information, you have different options here, which is pretty neat. Then you can click share view to see what it looks like in that share view. And they have some other options here for the viewing. So let's say we want to color code this here and make it, oh, it's only available on the pro plan. Goodness gracious. Okay, so unless you're on the paid plan, you can't have that. But as you can see, you have all these options here. So something else that I wanted to show you are if you're on the paid plan, they have what are called blocks. And so what blocks do is just enhances your base and your grid and what you have going on. So let's click explore blocks here. So it's pretty neat. So, if you want to type in what you're looking for, you have that option to do that. But they just have all type of different things that you can do, which is really cool. If you want a pivot table, so they'll summarize your records in a pivot table. Moving down, let's see. Embedding, placing content from another web page on your dashboard. Batch update, you can upload multiple records at one time, which is, all of this is really great. So on that paid option of Airtable, you can take advantage of all of this. They have so many options here, to make it that much better for you, with what you're trying to do and whatever you have your base about. So we're going to close that. All right. And then up here, I want to show you, which is pretty neat. This is like the history undo button, this and that. So like if you made a mistake, we can click undo here. If you want to do the Control Z, redo, it'll show you snapshots and then record revision histories, which is pretty neat. Similar to WordPress. You can go and if you just completely butchered and messed up, you can just go back to and restore a version that you were doing before. So that's available. And then the share button here, if you want to share with somebody to invite them or just let them see it, you can do, let me show you guys. There you go. Okay, so share tester. So one view can be viewed by anyone with associated views. So here you go, invite by email. You can invite by link. You can add collaborators on here. You can create a link to the whole base. I mean, there's tons of options here as far as sharing. So if you want to share with your team or share with anybody, you do have that option. So let's go back in here into the fields. Oops, okay. So here, I'm jumping ahead. Here you can find a table, which this one is table 1, and you can rename these tables as well. You can add an empty table, and I said sheet, but they are called tables. Like this would be like table 2, table 3, table 4, instead of sheets. Or if you want to import some information, you can totally do that. So let's go over here to Chili's. And as you can see, I have it highlighted. If you click this little button here to expand the record, it's going to expand it. And it has all of the fields here, which is pretty neat. Depending on how you set it up, I want to show you guys something else. Hold on one second. You can add a field to this table. So here, that's what I want to show you guys. So here, let's say instead of me adding it from here, I go back here because this is the main, whoops. This is the main field type right here. So let's open that. Hold on one second. Let's open that one more time so I can show you what I'm talking about. So like I just showed you, instead of there, we can add a field from here, which is really cool. So back to these options. Let's say we want to do a rating. You can do stars. You can pick what you want for the actual rating here, thumbs up, all of that. And then the max number. So out of 5, I think they have 10 on here. Or is it just 5? Maybe it's just 5, or either it's not loading. Okay, so, okay, we'll just leave 5. So we want to do rating, and we probably can name it ratings. I didn't name the other field with the email, which I could have rating, and we want to save it. It's there, boom. And we can easily create this into a form or, you know, or whatever you want to do. So as you can see, the main field type is here, but guess what? All the other information populates about Chili's. How neat is that? I want to show you guys something else. We're going to type in another restaurant here. Let's do McDonald's, right? They're American as well. Price, we'll just put $5. Phone number. And we come over here to the rating, 2-star. And it's going to populate the exact same. Boom. How awesome is that? And you may be asking, well, how is it just populating, you know, just that line and not the lines above? That's the beauty of Airtable and why it differs and is so much better than Google Sheets, is because you're able to do that and expand that record. Another thing I want to show you guys is you can actually link records. So let me go back to my home here, and I'll show you guys what I'm talking about. So I want to use one that I downloaded from the template. So let's use the digital content calendar here. Okay, so I was playing around with this earlier, and you see how this is highlighted here? That means that it is linked to another, like something else on this base, which is pretty neat. So we're going to click this, and we're going to click the little expand button to expand the cell. And as you can see, it's connected to this. So this is a digital like content calendar, as you can see. So this same post is going out on Twitter and Instagram, and they're linked together. So you can link those records together. And so I'm going to show you how to do that. Let me just see what makes sense for me to link. Give me 1 second, and I'll show you exactly how to do that. It's pretty neat. I was actually trying to do that with the concept of the food, but it just kind of automatically did it. So not a really good example, but I will show you guys here. Not the timesheets here, but this, look here, guys, this kind of gives you an example of the timesheets, what I was talking about earlier. If you need an attachment, billable hours, hourly rate, total billed, and it gives you, you know, And again, they have several templates that you can totally go in and, take that information and customize it as you need. Sorry, give me 1 second. I'm trying to figure out what I want to link together so I can show you guys how to link a record. Okay, so let's just click this, for example. When you click this and sorry, that's not what I was trying to do. You have to do the actual field type, which is at the top. Okay. Sorry, guys, long day. So, okay. I don't think this one was a really good example to show you guys, but I guess I'll just do it on here. Okay, so this is more similar to what we had set up. So if you go on here under name, stop it. I don't want to highlight them all. Sorry, guys. Okay, so if we click here, oh my goodness. Sorry, guys. It's not doing it. Let me try over here. I think maybe it's because the main one. So let's try billable hours. We're going to click here. It's really not working. So weird. Sorry, guys. I was doing it earlier, but it is not. Let me see here. No, it's not what I'm looking for. I'm sorry, guys. Give me 1 second. I don't know where it is. It's so weird. Oh, okay. Here it is. Oh my gosh. Okay, so you have to do it by the actual like field type. And so let's say we want to link these billable hours to like the schedule so we can see what was actually done. And I think it's something on here. Yeah. Associated pieces. It's here, but just so I can show you guys what I'm talking about. So you want to go up here and we want to do customize field type. When we scroll up, we want to click link to another record. Now, the only way this is going to come up for you is if you do it in the field type, and you can't do it in this initial field type. It has to be the ones after that. So we want to link it to another record, and it's going to ask, well, where do you want to link it to? And we're just going to put social schedule here. And so what that does is it's going to turn that light blue on what I showed you guys a second ago, and that means that it's linked to something else. So that way, when that record populates, all of the information is there from what you linked it. Like the two things that are linked, all the information will populate at one time. So link to social schedule, allow linking to multiple records. Absolutely. And you can also limit record selection to a view if you would like. That's an option too. And we're going to click save. Are you sure you want to convert this field type? Absolutely. So we want to convert it. And as you can see, like we saw on, it's actually on the timesheets too. I should have stayed there, but let's go back over here. See, like we see right there, that's what we see now because I just linked it to the Voyager. So let's expand this and see what we see. Oh, it doesn't really show anything. Okay. Really? It's not a good example to show you guys, but you get the concept. You get the concept. If you have a lot of information and depending on what it is, it allows you to pull. Oh, here we go. Okay, here we go. So it just took a while to put up. So here's everything from the Voyager or social schedule. Oh, sorry, from social schedule and the timesheets together. Here we go. And it all links together. So that's that feature. You can hide the comments here and revision history. If you want to pop that back out and view that activity, you can. And you can turn off notifications, as well. I'm trying to think of what else I can show you guys because I think we've covered quite a bit. The whole point was just to kind of give you a feel and just really give you the basics of Airtable. Again, this can be used for so many things. And if you're not using it and you haven't heard of it, you are most definitely missing out. This is a great, just amazing tool. They've been out for a little while, and yeah, they're just really great. So let's go while we're on here to the plans. I just wanted to see. Here are the templates here. They have so many different options that I want to show you guys real fast. Look at this content calendar. I mean, you name it. If you want to manage products, if you want to, or projects, they have it all on here. Look at this. This is awesome. Google Sheets does not have this or not like this, right? This is 10 times better. You can search over here, which is really cool. And I really wanted to pull up the prices to show you guys. But it's really neat. It's very user friendly, as you can see. I think this, let's see here. Oh, it looks like you can publish your bases. So this is a way to do that. That is really cool. So it's called Airtable Universe. I don't know all of the details on that, but I just want to cover the basics. So let's just go back. But I hope that made sense, guys. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out. I'm around, or get with Stephanie to get with me, and I can totally help you out if you need help setting this up, or if you need a little bit more clarification on the system. I'll be absolutely glad to help you. And I look forward to talking with everyone and seeing you guys soon. Thanks so much for watching.